but this powder is the... Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Ty and I go by Ty's Typing. So today is a very special video because you guys will be watching, but it's a partnership, will be watching, we will be reviewing the new Fenty Complexion products. If you guys don't know, then you've been living under a rock, or you just, I don't know, but everybody's been talking about this. Every makeup trend page has been posting this. So basically, the first of the year, Rihanna announced yet again something else other than an album, and she announced that she will be releasing new complexion products. She extended her foundation shades by 10 shades. She also came out with concealers, and they're about 50 shades. Yes, 50 shades of concealers. So that's up there. She also came out with some translucent powders. So I got majority, I think I have everything from her. Yeah, I have everything from her new launch. If you guys want to see my first impressions on how I feel about the new Fenty products, complexion products, make sure to keep on watching this video. But before you keep on watching, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and share this video so that all the girls and guys can get the tea on the new complexion products. And if you like it, like the video. So without further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial / first impressions. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how much everything retails for, and I'm going to do a full face of all the complexion products and using all Fenty, even my lips, not my eyes, because I bought all the new stuff. And to be honest with you guys, and Rihanna and Fenty, I didn't want to buy an eyeshadow palette because I was already at like $200. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I wanted to buy this stuff, but even my mom tried to convince me, because she went to Sephora with me and was like, yo, maybe you should get a palette too. And I was like, next paycheck, Rihanna, I got you. Next paycheck, I got you. So anyways, I've already moisturized my face. Well, I've washed and moisturized my face. I'm going to prep my eyes with my Ole Hendrix Banana Bright Eye Cream. I always use this to prep underneath my eyes. First product I'm going into is the Fenty Primer. This is the Fenty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. Pro Filter works all day to help make it last longer and fit. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna put what it does, because y'all can go on Sephora, because this is extensive. It's 100% cruelty free. I believe her line is cruelty free, but yeah. So we're gonna just go into the Pro Filter Primer and prime our face. I love this primer because, first of all, I love the smell of it. Does anybody like the smell of it too? It just feels moisturizing, so it feels like my skin is just super prepped and super ready to go. So now that we went in with the Fenty, Pro Filter Retouch Primer, we're gonna go in with foundation. So I purchased the Fenty foundation when it first released, and at first I picked up the shade 430, but since we're in winter and you know, your skin gets a little bit less, you know, a little colored down a little bit, I picked up the shade right under the shade that I had, which was 430, just because it's a bit too warm for me right now. So I have 420. So this foundation now comes in 50 shades. Again, Rihanna extended these shades and added 10 more shades to it. So if you are not able to find your match in the fair, light, tan, medium, deep line, then maybe, hopefully, you can find your shade this time. Now that she's extended, I would think that she's going to continue to extend it, as people keep telling, like, you know, what shades aren't working and why, and the undertones and things like that. Dot that all over our face, and you do have to work fairly quick with this foundation because it does dry as soon as you apply. So we're just going to buff that in, and I'm using my e.l.f. foundation blurring brush. This is a great blush. This is a great brush, and this shade is a nice match. So yeah, we're gonna blend this out. I'm gonna add a little bit more because my face is bigger than what I thought. Okay, so now that we blended out our foundation, we're going in with the moment of truth, the thing that I'm sure you guys are ready to see how I feel about, which is the Fenty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, and I bought 3 shades. So this is how the packaging looks, the standard Fenty logo. And that's one thing I love about Fenty too, is that I am a sucker for packaging, and that does draw me in for a product. I mean, if the product is trash, I'm not going to use it anymore, but I love that she so far has amazing products and that the packaging is bomb too. So I picked up 2 shades. I picked up 3 shades, 2 to conceal and highlight and 1 to contour with. Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer is a creamy long wear crease proof liquid concealer with light as air, medium to full coverage that brightens under eyes and conceals blemishes and redness. Free of parabens, and this product is also cruelty free. This sweat resistant formula comes in a groundbreaking range of 50 easy to shop soft matte shades, each designed to pair with your Pro Filter foundation. Start with your Pro Filter foundation shade and adjust from there. So what they've said on the site and what I've been hearing is that your corresponding foundation shade is the same match for your concealer. So I'm 420. I should pick up 420 because unlike the foundation shade, it goes like a little bit down, because just to make sure that it pairs well with the foundation, which I actually appreciate, because honestly people use concealer to highlight and brighten their highlighted areas. I mean, there are some people out there who use it to conceal and want it to be like a smooth, even skin tone finish. I have a couple of friends that do that, but for me, a majority of women and men who wear makeup is that you buy concealer to brighten areas that you want to make pop and that the sunlight hits. I picked up 420, 390 as well too. I select these shades because Jackie Aina is the same shade range as me, and she picked up these shades as well. So I got those too, and I'm gonna show you guys how the packaging look. And I also got 495, which is, I believe, the second to last shade for the concealer. Let me check to make sure. Those are the 498. So I have the second to last shade to contour with. So the concealers look like this. Well, I'm gonna hold 2 because I can't hold 3 apparently. They look like this. This is the other shade too. So they look like this, and they're 0.2 fluid ounces. It looks like a mini size of the foundation, which I love. So consistent packaging, 0.2 fluid ounces. So let me compare that to like NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Let me compare it to that. And a lot of people are even comparing the finish and texture of this concealer to, in the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, you get 0.22 ounces. And this one is 0.27 ounces. So you get a little bit more, but if you had to just ballpark it, it's around the same amount. So this is, you know, how it looks. You open it, and the wand, I like the wand. It reminds me of the, if you have the ColourPop concealer, that's what it reminds me of, but it's at the base of it, it's a little bit fatter, and then it slims out as it goes up to the tip. Looks like it's gonna place really nice on under your eyes, because that's something that I kind of have like a pickiness when it comes to concealers, is that like I like to get really precise when it comes to applying my concealers. Like for example, the Maybelline, what is it called? The Maybelline, what is it? The Maybelline Angel Wine Concealer. I love that concealer, but I hate the applicator because it can get real messy and you can't be as precise with it. So with it having a precise applicator like that, that makes me happy. I'm gonna swatch the shades I have. This is 420. Great match to my skin. Foundation, and this is the concealer. 390, that's a shade that I got too. It's a bit lighter, so significantly brighter than the 420 concealer and the 420 foundation. Okay, and this is 495, the darkest shade that I have, and it is a rich brown. It reminds me of the espresso. This is espresso in the matchstick, and this is 495. So I'm going to go in with 420 first. I'm going to focus it the same way that I saw Jackie Aina doing it, to where she had it like right here and then went at the top layer with the 390s. They say a little bit goes a long way, but it is very creamy, which I like. It does brighten it, just it's like one shade down. So I do like it. If I was going for a more natural look, I will probably go in with this concealer and not going with the 390. But for demonstration purposes, we're gonna go in with 390. It smells very similar to the foundation, but it doesn't have a true scent to me. Then we're gonna go in with 495 to contour. A little bit to contour. On this side, my hopes is that it's a bit more easier to blend than the matchsticks, because you guys know that I always suggest for you guys to warm it up on the back of your hand before going into it. So with this being creamier, I hope that I will be able to you know, blend it a bit more easier than the matchstick. So I'm gonna fill my brows in while I let my concealer like just sit for a little bit, and then I'll be right back to blend out the concealer. So I filled in my brows to my liking. Now we're going to blend out this concealer, and I'm taking a damp beauty blender. It is creamy and it does blend out really good. What I like and what I'm probably gonna like, because I haven't cleaned up my brows, is that I think 420 is gonna be a great concealer to clean up my brows, because what I don't like about, not like, but what I like to do is like clean up my brows with my foundation shade, just because I don't like a super bright underbrow, a super bright highlighted brow. Like, the coverage is really good. You guys see that? Like, oh my god, this went out nicely and seamlessly and covered my under eye so nice. And again, the texture is not like the foundation. It's super, how do I explain it? It's very creamy, and you can let it sit to dry and not have to feel rushed to work through it. So that's one eye blended out. Let me blend out the other eye. I like the combination of the 420 and 390. But again, I feel like if you wanted like a more natural beat face or natural makeup look, but like full coverage natural, then I would say use your corresponding shade. So if you're 420 like mine, get 420 and use that, or vice versa, 390 or whatever. I think too, me letting it sit for a little bit helped it like be like more of a, on the full coverage side, because I did see some people saying they felt like it was medium coverage, but I feel like it's buildable. I feel like you can make it medium, but I think it's pretty full coverage, because that scar I had right here, it's covering it up like really nice. Blend out the contour. It blends out way better. We're gonna use the butt of the blender. It blends out way better than the matchstick, and it does work nice with the brushes too. It's like, I like this coverage. I could go a little bit more if I wanted to, but I'm not mad at this coverage. Like, I'm pretty unclockable. Like, this is like Rihanna in a bottle. Oh, we forgot to do my forehead. Ooh, that would have been bad. And even though, see how we just forgot to do my forehead, it's still blending out nicely. Like, it's not taking a lot of force, and it's, ooh, that would have been, y'all, that would have been bad. And I probably wouldn't have remembered, and I probably would have looked crazy, and y'all probably would have laughed, and y'all probably would have commented and said something. So she came out with 8 translucent powders, and I picked up 2 of the powders, one for my actual overall face shade and one powder to highlight. I picked up nutmeg and I picked up banana. Packaging is gorgeous. It looks like the same size as the, actually it's bigger. Yeah, it is bigger than the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I'm gonna do a color comparison to that too, because I have the deep one. And it is 0.98 ounces, so a little bit under 1 ounce, and the Laura Mercier powder is 1 ounce. So you do get a little bit more in this powder, but it's it's just shy away from 1 ounce as well too. So open it. This is the packaging, and it also has a FB for Fenty Beauty stamp. This is how the powder looks. It's a bit more deeper on in person, but my lights, let me see if I can push the lights again. Can you guys see a little bit better? So that's how the powder looks, and in comparison to the Laura Mercier powder, it looks very similar. If you use the Laura Mercier translucent deep powder, then it's the nutmeg shade is very comparable to it. Let me open up Banana. So this is how the powder looks. It's so pretty. It looks like it's gonna look so nice as an under eye powder. I'm gonna compare it to the Sacha Buttercup. This is really yellow. Look how yellow it is compared to it. So I'm going to set my overall face with the nutmeg powder, and I'm just going to use whatever is in the top and go in with my powder brush by Real Techniques and just press it into my skin anywhere that I didn't highlight, and it looks really nice. It seems like it's set. Didn't change the color of my foundation or anything like that. So yeah, that's one thing that the Laura Mercier translucent powder does, but I don't mind that for the Laura Mercier translucent powder because sometimes I need that little bit of warmth, especially when I have foundations that like are a bit lighter than what I like. So looks like I applied more foundation on my face, but I didn't. It just looks really smooth and airbrush. So I'm gonna go in and set my highlighted areas with my MAC Studio Fix powder in C8. So now I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier translucent, my Laura Mercier powder puff, and I'm gonna dip into the banana powder, tap off a little bit on my hand, and press it under my eye and anywhere I highlight it. It's a bit much, but okay, it's gonna be okay. I'm going to dust off the excess. Look, it's on my shirt. I'm gonna dust off the excess. Whew. This on my chin area, just to get it off. And my forehead. What I did forget to do was bake underneath my chin. And I am dipping back into my Studio Fix powder, but I always do that with any of my powders. So I want to do the exact same steps I would do like if I was using any of other products that I love. So far, the powder feels really good. It doesn't feel like it's just sitting on top of your skin. That's something that I don't like about a lot of translucent powders. Like the Sacha Buttercup powder, when I put it on, it feels like it's soaking up all of the moisture out of my skin. But for this powder, it feels very lightweight. The nutmeg did not change the color of my foundation, like alter it any type of way, because I'm looking into my monitor, I'm sorry. And the banana powder is a beautiful like taupey yellow color, and I think it's gonna look so good under my eyes because literally on my forehead and chin and under area, it just cleaned it up very nicely and brightened it. Just like how, if you guys saw my last video, how I described the Celebrity Step Powder by K-Lux Cosmetics. It's very silky and finely milled. So I'm going to finish the rest of my face, and I will come right back to give you guys my full review and tell you guys how, and show you guys how my under eye looks as well too. So I will be right back after I finish doing my face. Okay guys, so I am back, and ooh, my lash. Hold on, wait a minute. Rundown of everything. My table is messy, so let me find everything. The 3 concealers I use, I think if you're in my shade 420, I think you can get away with just getting 420 concealer, but if you want just a tiny bit more brightness to it, I would recommend getting 390 if you have the coins to do so. I know my bank account is screaming because I got 3 concealers. The 495 concealer to contour with, I still think I could have went down one, but I made it work, and I think it looks really good now that I put my powder and everything together. But these concealers are bomb. Like, I will continue to keep using these, and I think these will be great for any guy or girl who loves a good creamy medium to full buildable concealer. What I also love too is that she has a shade, an extensive shade range, so that if you want something just to conceal and not highlight, you can find a shade for you to do that. Or if you want something to brighten and contour, you can do that as well too. It's the same amount as the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer that I told you guys, and honestly, when it comes to comparison, I would compare it right next to it. But to me personally, comparing it to my NARS one, I think these are a bit more creamier. Fenty's not paying me or nothing. I think they're creamier, and I love the coverage. I really love the color 420 for like a shade that you want to use if you want like a natural beat. And I thought 390 was going to be a bit too bright, but it worked. Like the 390 and 420 to highlight pair beautifully, and the 495 looks great on my skin. These powders are so bomb. It just seemed like someone took an airbrush and was like, whew, and just did that to my face. If you're looking for a good setting powder, and if you're in my shade, I definitely think you guys should try Nutmeg. She has 7 more shades because again there's 8 shades, so she has 8 shades to choose from for you to use as an all over the face powder. But I think if you're looking for something to just add like a teensy bit more coverage without changing the color of your foundation, I definitely think you guys should try this powder. Beautiful all over the skin, gives you that airbrush look. I keep looking at myself. The banana powder looks beautiful on my face. I am gonna do a flash test and insert it somewhere right here, so you'll see how I look with flash on. Rihanna put her foot in this powder. Like it's like she put a touch of her skin in this powder. This powder is so lightweight, so silky, and the banana powder just looks so beautiful paired underneath my eyes and anywhere I highlighted with my concealers. And it did not move the concealer, it set it in beautifully, and my skin looks extremely unclockable. I feel like this is the best my skin has looked, and I'm just looking in the monitor because it's just a perfect match. Like it just looks so good. So far, my first impressions is I definitely think you guys should pick up the concealers, and I definitely think you guys should at least get one powder, either one of the powders to set all over your face or to brighten anywhere that you highlight your face. But I think they perform beautifully. They give you that airbrush finish that it claims to do. It is not, and it is flashback proof. So if you guys are interested in purchasing the Fenty Pro Filter Concealer as well as the Pro Filter Translucent Powder, I definitely think you guys should go pick it up. I personally give it a 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up. Performs beautifully, looks great. You know, Rihanna is shaking the table. She's giving us stuff that we asked for and some stuff we didn't know that we need. Like, how do you come out with 8 translucent powders, 50 concealer shades? Yeah, comment down below if you guys picked up something from the line. Let me know what you got. Did you just get a concealer? Did you get a powder? Did you get 2 powders? Did you do like me and just go in? So yeah, and let me know if you found your shade, and if your shade wasn't in the Pro Filter first release with the foundation, did she release a shade that matches with you better now? I love the products. Congratulations to Fenty and Rihanna. They are continuing to shake the table and kill the game and give us what we've been screaming for years and years and years. Thank you guys so much for watching this first impressions of the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Extended Complexion products. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share with your friends so that they can get the tea on the products as well too and know how bomb this is. But follow me on all my other social handles. I'm Tyus Typing on everything except for Snapchat, but I'll link my Snapchat name down below. Thank you guys so much, and until next time, I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.